I'm just pulling up my troops here. And I'm going in around here. Now, I'm checking to see my ally joins the war, which is quite good for me. But then you can see there that the Sultan of Egypt also joins in the war. Which, I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. As of the end of the part that I have to post commentary, the war isn't over, so... So I'm just getting my troops together. I'm going to go in on this little province over here. Tovmas died. A lot of weird characters showing up in my territory because of the wars over in Armenia. And apparently the guys who were from the Patriarch aren't very good and run away with their tails between their legs. Honestly, one of the hardest part about doing post commentary for things like this is I always feel stupid reading the text. Somebody wants independence. I don't think it's a good idea. Not with lots of people in there. Tiberius dies. It's kind of inevitable. So this guy wants to be a better patriarch. And I'm pretty sure he is better. And the other guy wasn't converting things anyway, so... He can move over here. I should be putting the guys in Messene, but I don't. Because once the revolt thing goes away, the religion will be... probably have a fewer penalties than the ones that Islam will. I'm just sitting here on this province because... here I'm trying to figure out where Chandex is, and you can see it right there. It's in Crete. I don't figure that out until later, though. I'm sitting on that province, and here I noticed that other people have also joined a war for that province, so I'm just kind of chilling out. Like, hey, that's cool. Those guys are going to indirectly help me, by the looks of things. I'm not sure if what they were thinking with me, you know, sitting on the province, but whatever. And here I'm just constantly... Here I noticed that the Crete guys are in the war. I'm constantly watching for boats. I lose my Magistros here. And this guy is infirm, but that doesn't really matter for diplomacy, so I think about the other guys. I'll just pick him, whatever. I put him back where he was. Ironically, fabricating claims on a guy who's helping me in the war. Whatever. I did that with Salerno too, so I don't feel bad about it. So, there I'm like looking. I can't do that because he's leading troops. I wanted to get him out of there. I figured before, you know, leading troops is less dangerous than getting... It's the same person again. Probably safer to have him collect taxes. And here I see that the Khan of... somewhere. Up here. Has declared war on the Byzantine Empire. And we're losing. But it's because, it's Cherson, which I don't really notice until later. The duchy up there is allied to the Byzantines or something. And so, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm watching them land more and more troops. And eventually it gets to the point where I can't really leave that province because if I do, then Naples will get the siege, so I just kind of got to sit here, and I forgot that I actually have the game paused, and I'm just like, why is this going so slow? Oh wait, I didn't unpause the game. I'm kind of oddly ignoring the child needing training at the top. I'm not sure why. I think it's a grandson that needs trained too. I'm seeing if I have any prisoners that are worth any money, but I don't. And I was trying to remember how I could blind and murder people, but I think that's an intrigue option rather than a thing. And I'm trying to... a lot earlier, I would have banished... I would have imprisoned and then banished him. But I keep thinking that it's going to be bad to do that. To hear my daughter, in the last year or so, your daughter Barbara has been spending a lot of time with members of the local monastic order. You've noticed that she spends many hours per week in pious prayer. Then one day she approaches you asking for a permission to just dedicate her life to Christ. So she'll get the nun trait, which makes it so that she can't marry. So I let her do that because it's my younger daughter. My other daughter's dead. I don't remember why she died of pneumonia or something, but I figure at this point alliances are not necessarily that important, which may or may not have been a good decision. I noticed that somebody else is fighting the Tunisians over there, Sultan of Africa. But then they both disappear because I guess they ended the war with them, which is fine, I guess. So the Caliph has declared war. You can see that down at the bottom there. And I'm looking what Silica is, and that is those provinces down there. And at the time I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't really care about that. But I'm sitting here, you know, doing nothing on that. Because, you know, I'm just sieging. Here's where I noticed that it's Cherson that's having the problems. And I just kind of blow it off. It's like, whatever. We're not going to lose land. Cherson's going to lose land. And that, I don't care about that. So I got a couple more places to siege. And you can see there's quite a few armies helping me do it. And I'm threatening the Abbasids with Turks from the east there. Not sure why. I don't have any control over them. It was the first release of Crusader Kings 2 where you could inherit the Golden Horde. I'm thinking, what am I going to do with these guys? I'm going to get some boats. Apparently I've got more boats now. And take them over to hang out with the Emperor's dudes. Because I remember what happened last time. The Emperor had lots of dudes. And no, I'm actually looking at that army over there. Seeing if I can land over there, but no. There's too many dudes. So I'm just going to go hang out over here. And not get my son's heads kicked in. For no reason. There was no reason for me to send my other son, my younger son there, to fight in the war. But I did it anyway. So here I'm like looking. War's indecisive. Okay, sure. The Tillanids and the Abbasids in the war, it's you know, kind of an iffy thing. So I'm looking, oh, there's a lot of dudes there. And there's even more dudes there. I said at the time there was a, you know, basically a parity in numbers, but then that second army showed up. So I believe there still is a parity in numbers. It's just that the Empire's troops are kind of spread out. You can see there's some in Sicily and some in Greece and some in Anatolia right there. And they managed to escape. And there's some down in Crete. So, whatever they are actually going to do, I'm just kind of ending up, like, you know, looking at my rolling war score here. As long as I occupy that stuff, I get a certain amount. I just kind of mouse over to show that. And then Barbara becomes really good, but I can't marry her to anybody because, well, she's a nun. And I show that off. So, here, more dudes show up. So there's 18,000 guys there. And they're being stupid in sieging provinces when... And then this happens. And there's an iconoclast revolt right there. So I'm looking, I'm like, what am I going to do about this? I'm gonna have to, you know, get some mercenaries, I think. Because, well, I mean, this is my land that they're going to do, and if they spread their revolt everywhere, it's going to be terrible. I only have 950 troops. I'm going to need to get some mercenaries for this. And luckily, I have the money for it. But, it's kind of a tough sell, you know? It's like, why would I want to do that? Let's get the troops together and then move down. And, check on the mercenaries, and I think about this a little bit, and I noticed at the bottom that that one guy is like actually being hired by the other team. It's not cool. And I'm thinking, well, 180, you know, or 1,800. That's a good amount of guys. That'll take care of it. I have 2,700 troops. I'm waiting for the morale to come up. I kind of want them to move off of Messine because, I mean, I'll take a penalty for crossing if I do that. Here, I'm going to check over, see what's happening with the battle here. And Irene is like, well, of course, they're fighting a battle. You should do a thing. And then this happens. And of course, I didn't really notice at the time that the Emperor actually got more troops there. I thought they just kind of won the battle, but it was a combination of both. It was pretty crushing. So as you can see now, the war score has jumped to 32% with the Caliph. And I'm chasing around these guys here and thinking, well, yeah, almost 3,000 guys. Should be doing pretty good. But no, I'm doing pretty bad. And I have no idea why. But I lose. These religious rebels are no joke, you know. So that battle ends, and I'm just kind of wondering what I'm going to do here. I'm just kind of replenishing my troops a little bit. And I remember eventually that I have some more troops that I can pull up in Sicily because I never pulled them up because the enemy army was in the way. So I pulled them up and get everybody together. And start moving across. And I decided to call it a session at the end of the year here because I am really tired at this point. So I actually get into a battle here, and then my spy master dies, and it's yeah, it just goes into autosave, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really feel like dealing with this right now. That'll be the end of this post-commentary. Okay, I had to... I'm gonna have to do post-commentary on that stuff. Well, I did do post-commentary on that stuff, but it's gonna look weird because I'm gonna have to put this at the end. So I got tired of doing stuff and figuring out that in the middle of the year that Audacity wasn't working, and I didn't feel like doing stuff, so I just kind of rage quit because of stupid Audacity. Anyway, back to this. So, I'm kind of tired. So we got a war going on. This is several hours later. Cherson up here. The Emperor just beat a bunch of the Caliphate's troops, and we're 50%. We're fighting the Iconoclast Uprising here, and Muhammad of Sicily is apparently in a commanding position, which I don't know about. Probably because of the Tillanids. But I don't know where they are. And unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. So let's just finish this battle. I don't remember the outcome in the original, but it seems like there's a similar outcome. The funny thing is I shouldn't really even have to do this, because he declares war on the Emperor, not me. So it shouldn't really be my problem, but it is my problem because it's in my land. So I'll take care of this. Looks like our war with this guy's up here is over. Why? Because we lost. Okay, whatever. Got more important things to worry about. This guy's converting to Orthodox, that's good. That ought to deal with it. Now, there's a conundrum here, because I don't know where Egypt's troops are. And if they say they're in a commanding position, they probably are. This may have been a mistake. I don't want to lose 100 prestige. I can afford to lose 100 prestige and 100 piety. If I see 1,000,000 guys coming down, I would have thought because of the war we were just in that they both participated in, that we would be in a much better position. But apparently not. Voting for the gusto gets you the gusto sometimes. What the hell's happening here? Why did you turn away? Oh, they didn't. Okay, there it goes. That should be it for the Abbasids. I don't see any of Egypt's troops hanging out. The thing is, they could be landing over here and marching around, or whatever. It's tough to really figure out what's going on. I lost a lot of guys fighting that revolt. Wasn't even really my revolt. Well, it was my revolt, let's be honest here. These guys are still in the... Oh no, these guys are defending. So Capua is at war with those guys, as are these guys. But Amalfi is apparently... Oh, he's a Greek Orthodox, but the province is Catholic. I see. That makes sense. I was like, why is he helping out the Byzantines? Okay, our son's got another daughter. That sucks. Are we, Oh man, he's ill, that sucks. Let's go ahead and educate him ourselves. I've been ignoring that for too long. Whatever. I don't even really care about that. This would be so much easier if I had a better claim. And by better claim, I mean I have... What the hell am I doing? I mean, not a holy war claim. Because holy war claims mean that you have to risk exactly this. The Egypt guys getting involved and all that stuff. Which is not ideal. And I should avoid having my troops up as much as possible. Okay, so the Caliph has given... Oh, 7,000. $8,000 almost. That's some rough stuff. I don't even like the idea of that. They are taking attrition, though. Emperor is apparently not going to help his vassal out here, stopping these guys. So apparently I lost this lady's buzzard. I offered Philippa to hand the buzzard over to the falconer, but was careless enough to forgot to put its hood on and lost my grip on the justice, and the bird flew to freedom. She will kill me for this. She's not going to kill me. Pleasures in life, hedonism. Well, I can't fight 8,000 dudes. There's really nothing I can do. It's gonna take him a while to get here, but I won't have nearly enough troops up by the time he does. I think I'm probably going to have to give up here. The only mercenaries I can afford are very small. I no longer have the option to borrow money. We can see what's going on here. They stopped being enemy troops. They stopped being enemy troops. I'm not at war with them anymore. That's good. Okay. Okay. That's great. So now I just have to worry about the Aghlabids. I don't know why he says he's winning the war, though. Because he's not. Oh. Because apparently he can call them in. Where are they going, though? That's really weird. Are they turning back? That's just gonna kill more of their guys. It doesn't matter unless they get over here. I don't think they have enough ships for 6,000 or 7,000 guys, and if they take too long, then I will have enough money to hire mercenaries for this. Although, probably not that many. That's really weird. The Sultan must have died. My daughter, who has the nun trait, is got consumptions, which is no good. Well, if Egypt's troops actually get here, then that is actually true. I don't know where they're going, though. They're doing weird stuff. If they walk through northern Italy, they're going to be walking through Stankland. A charitable little rascal, that's good. Need to make sure that I'm not teaching him past a certain point. And during the war I ignored his development, which is a very bad idea. So they might be collecting boats somewhere. I can see over here what's going on. Okay. Good job, the Emperor. Theodosia. This person's not... Oh, apparently she had a... She's married to somebody else too. Okay, there you go. So I just gotta keep an eye on my borders here. The borders of the Empire more generally to see what's going on. If I can manage to survive long enough... Oh! What the fuck? What is that? A peasant revolt. Okay. Well, I don't care about peasant revolts. I just saw some red numbers and I'm like, "Ugh." Apparently they're very incompetent.